Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the online education of class 7 science. So, dear students, in the previous class, we had been discussing about the respiration process. So, especially we were discussing about the types of respiration, that is aerobic respiration as well as anaerobic respiration. In the previous class, I had discussed with you people regarding the anaerobic respiration which takes place in our muscle cells. So, when the more amount there is a demand for more energy at the time of heavy exercise, then in such case how the glucose breakdowns in the absence of oxygen and anaerobic respiration takes place in the and leads to the formation of lactic acid. So if the more and more amount of accumulation of lactic acid takes place in the muscles, then it leads to muscle cramps. So in order to get relaxation from the muscle cramps, we need to apply what? Hot. We need to apply a massage with oil, or else we need to take a hot water bath, see, which in turn helps to improve the circulation of blood. Okay, as a result the supply of oxygen to the muscle cells increases. At the same time, the increase in the supply of oxygen results in the complete circulation of blood and complete breakdown of the lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. So again that leads to a aerobic respiration. So that is what we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so dear students, now let's go on for the next activity, next concept of this lesson, that is breathing. Yes, so breathing is part of the respiration. So how do we do this? Let's see the activity number 10.1. Okay, so we are supposed to do this activity only in the supervision of somebody else. See, suppose you people are doing it at home, it should not be done. Okay, so under the supervision of some teacher, okay, it should be done. Yes, anyhow, let me explain. So to do this activity, you need to close your nostrils. Both the nostrils you have to close, and even you have to hold your mouth tightly. Close your mouth also tightly, and look at a watch. Okay, so look at the watch after closing your nostrils as well as mouth tightly. Okay, so what did you feel after some time? See, after some seconds or after some minutes, what do you feel when you close both at a time? How long will you be able to keep both of them closed? Up to what time you will be able to hold both nostrils as well as mouth closed? It's hardly impossible. Okay, so we feel exhausted, right? Am I right or not? So note down the time for which you could hold your breath. So you have to you have been watching the time. Okay, so time you are watching, so you have to note down the time. So how long you could hold your breath? Okay, so you can note down the time for which you could hold the breath, means how much the long time you can hold the breath. So it probably never crosses 5 minutes. Okay, so now you know that you cannot survive for long time without breathing. See, after doing this activity, you came to know that how long you can survive without breathing. Okay, so what is breathing then? See, so breathing means taking in air rich in oxygen and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide with the help of respiratory organs. It's quite simple. What is breathing means? The taking in air rich in oxygen and giving out air which is rich in carbon dioxide with the help of breathing organs. So this is known as breathing. So the taking in air which is rich in oxygen into the body is called inhalation, and giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is called exhalation. So this inhalation and exhalation is a continuous process. Okay, so it is a continuous process which goes lifetime. Okay, so this continuation inhalation and exhalation process which goes on all the time. Okay, and throughout the life of an organism, so it never stops even if you are sleeping or taking any rest. Okay, so it goes on all the time throughout the life of an organism. So now the number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as breathing rate. Keep it in mind, all of you. The number of times a person breathes in a minute, in 1 minute, how much time the person breathes. So inhalation and exhalation together, this is called as breathing rate. Okay, so during breathing inhalation and exhalation takes place alternatively. So once inhalation takes place and next exhalation takes place. So during the breathing process, so inhalation and exhalation occurs alternatively. A breath means one inhalation plus one exhalation. Means if you are taking one breath, you are taking one breath means one breathing means one inhalation plus one exhalation. So would you like to find out your breathing rate? Yes, now I told you. So the number of times a person breathes in a minute is called breathing rate. Okay. So would you like to find out what is your breathing rate? Yes. So do you want to know whether it is constant or changes according to the requirement of oxygen by the body? So you want to know that whether the breathing rate keeps changing or it changes according to the requirement of oxygen by our body. So let us find out that by doing some activity. Yes, it's quite simple. Look at the figure 11.10.2. You are holding the breath. Okay, it's highly impossible for you people because our body continuously needs the inhalation exhalation, that is oxygen as well as giving out carbon dioxide. Yes, let's see in small time. So activity 10.2, let's go through that. So generally we are not aware that we are breathing. So generally we would be keep breathing. Okay, continuously we will be breathing even if you are sleeping or you are doing any work. So but we will not be aware of that. Okay, so however, if you try, you can count the rate of breathing. Okay, but however, if we try, we could count the rate of breathing of ours or our friends. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out normally. Okay, so find out how many times you breathe in and breathe out in a minute. So in order to do that, to find out, it's quite simple. So what you need to do is just you find out, you breathe in and breathe out normally you breathe in and normally breathe out. Okay, do this process continuously. So but what you need to do, you have to find out how many times you breathe in and how many times you breathe out in a minute. Go on counting that one, ticking. Okay, so did you inhale the same number of times as you exhale? So inhalation and exhalation, so how many times you have inhaled, so same number of times you have exhaled. So now count your breathing rate, so number of breath per minute. Okay, so after brisk walk, now go for a walk and come back and count the inhalation and exhalation. Okay, then after some time you go for running and come back and count the number of inhalation and exhalation, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so now tabulate your all these findings in a table which is given here. Tabulate all your results, findings, what you have done after normal time, when you walked and came back at the time breathing rate, when you ran and came back at the after that your breathing rate. You have to tabulate all your findings in a table and compare your breathing rate under different conditions with those of your classmates. Okay, now from this activity what you understand, that you must have realized that whenever a person needs extra energy, he or she breathes for more faster. As a result, more amount of oxygen is needed. Okay, dear students, this column let us discuss